Hey, welcome to another installment of Bruce's Tech. This time around, I'm going to share with you my decision to dump a desktop PC in favor of a laptop. Well, you heard it right. I'll explain why right after this. You know, I've been getting a lot of questions in my comments, my videos, asking me my thoughts on the new AMD RX 480. What do I think about the GTX 1070, GTX 1080? Because I've mentioned upgrading my gaming PC quite a bit here the last year or so. And it's true, it's getting kind of long in the tooth. I built it 3 years ago. I built it for a reason. And I had it in my head that I would build a machine for work, for play, and for making videos, which is kind of like play. Come on, be honest with me. But yeah, that was the idea. I'm going to build this one machine. I had this great idea. I'm going to spend a significant amount of money on this computer, and it's going to do everything, and that's all I need, this one computer. Well, let's go 3 years into the future now. And boy, some things have really changed in my life. And work I've gotten a lot busier. Isn't it when you get older, you're supposed to slow down instead of get busier? Apparently that's not the case for me. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But no, my nature of my work has changed significantly. And I don't have the kind of time to play video games like I used to. And I've kind of gotten to the point where I think myself as a really casual gamer. So gaming's not a priority to me. So when I think about these video cards and upgrading this PC, which is a big PC, it's in a fractal define R4 case. It's a hefty machine. I think, do I really spend more money on this machine and beef up the video card? Or what should I be doing? Now, I have 2 computers in my office right now. 2. Well, actually 3, but one of them's in a closet. I've got an old Mac Pro that's in a closet. I have with the mid-2014 MacBook Pro that I'm using as a video editing system. And then I have this custom PC, which you can't see down below. Well, here's the issue. I really don't want 3 computers in my office. I don't really want 2 computers in my office. I want one computer that's going to do everything that I need to do. However, I am conflicted on which one of these computers is going to be. Now, here's the thing. I've decided that I'm going to replace my desktop PC with a laptop. That's right, a laptop. You know, I feel they've gotten so powerful and will do everything I need to do and provide the mobility that I want to have. See, here's the thing. In all fairness, travel is really starting to be of interest to me. I want to travel and do photography and make videos out traveling around for my wife and I. Well, can't really travel that well with a desktop machine. I guess you could. There's nothing to prevent you from putting it in a travel trailer and going, but really a laptop's a better way to go. And I've been very, very impressed with what companies like Dell has been doing with Asus. I'm in love with the Asus ZenBook UX501. I think that's just an amazing value for a laptop on the Windows side of things. And I do love the Dell XPS 15 as well. But I also happen to like the MacBook Pro. So this is my conundrum. And then maybe this is a little bit of therapy with you, my friends here on YouTube, the ones that watch the videos I make. Here's my thought process. And you know I love Windows. I love Windows 10. I love OS 10. But what I really love about OS 10 is that it runs Final Cut Pro, which I dearly love as an editor. I have tried Premiere. I've got Vegas Pro. I've tried a bunch of other editors as well. I keep going back to Final Cut Pro. I just do. And it runs on, it runs really, really well on this MacBook Pro. Yeah, I could go down the whole Hackintosh road, but I've already made videos on my reason for not doing that. So I think, to me, the best solution might be to do this. I think my best solution is when the time comes, right? I'm not going to get rid of this. I'm not going to get rid of this tower anytime soon. We're talking a year or 2 down the road. When the time comes, provided that Apple continues to do good things with the MacBook Pro and they don't go totally off the rails with it, My thought process is, why not get a state-of-the-art MacBook Pro at that time and run Windows in a virtual machine, Windows 10 in a virtual machine. And that way, when I'm here, I can dock it and add it on this ultra-wide monitor. By the way, I love ultra-wide monitors. Will I have this when that time comes? I would think so. I think this monitor is going to do me for 4 to 5 years anyway. But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep that monitor and then just dock my MacBook Pro into it and run Windows in a virtual machine. What about gaming? Let's talk about that for a little bit. People ask me all the time what games you play, that sort of thing. Well, I just installed Doom not too long ago. My problem is I don't have time to play these kind of games. So I'm thinking, what do I do? I do enjoy relaxing with a good game. More of a first-person shooter kind of game. I love just getting in like Call of Duty, Battlefield, that sort of thing. What to do about that? Well, that is an interesting question. Well, the thing is, with these laptops, like the UX501, it's going to play modern games really, really well. I mean, it just is. But I'm really more of a casual gamer. Perhaps, if I stick with the MacBook thing, well, that's a bit different story. Running video games in a VM is not the best experience. So what about just getting a PlayStation or an Xbox for casual gaming? Yeah, that's an idea. That is an idea. I've also committed myself to purchasing a Surface Pro 4 or 5, whenever those come out, somewhere down the road. Still haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet. I'm going to give my iPad to my missus because I'm not going to buy another iPad. The Apple ecosystem is nice. I'll tell you that right now. It is a nice ecosystem. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you know what you're getting into. Everything kind of works together really, really well, right? But the Windows ecosystem is equally attractive. And you obviously get a lot more choice when you go down that route. So that's kind of where I'm at, deciding whether to go with a Windows laptop or a MacBook Pro. Now, I will tell you this. The deciding factor in all this is what Apple does with Final Cut Pro 10. That is the deciding factor. That is my video editor of choice. I'm not a fan of Adobe subscription program. Not a big fan of that. I do have Sony Vegas Pro, and which Sony's not updated in a long time. It doesn't take advantage of modern graphics cards for encoding and rendering and that sort of thing. But maybe now that Magic's bottom, maybe they'll turn that around, and they claim they're going to update the program. So who knows? It might be just as awesome as Premiere. And if that's the case, in other words, what I'm saying is, if Apple doesn't update Final Cut Pro 10, which they haven't really done a major update to it in over a year, well over a year now, Final Cut Pro 10. If they don't maintain it or do what they should, then I'll probably look at a Windows-based laptop and exit my participation in the Apple ecosystem. I've been a harsh critic of Apple for a long time, but I still love. That's the app that's why I use it. But on Windows, I produce a new show now called Talking Microsoft, and it works. Things like Open Broadcaster work well. My webcam works well. Doesn't work as well on the Mac. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. So I got these things kind of going through my mind, but I'm going to leave the desktop world behind. My needs and interests have changed. I'm now more interested in photography and video and productivity than I am so much gaming. Gaming is nice, but it's not that important to me like it used to be. So when people ask me, what do you think of this graphics card? What do you think of that graphics card? I think now in terms of video encoding and rendering more than gaming. That's what I think of. And if I had to choose, by the way, I answer everybody's question. All right, the RX4, the RX 480? It comes out June the 27th. I think it's when it's going to be launched. If I had to choose today, right now, or after this card is released, I would go with the GTX 1070. That would be, I think that's a sweet spot for a lot of people. It's still 1440p gaming, but really, really, really powerful. I would choose that over the AMD or the RX 480 at this time. But AMD has not really announced what their more powerful cards are going to be at this point. So we will see. That's what I would choose at this point in time. But I'm not going to buy a new video card for my tower. I'm not going to spend the money on it. I'm decided that what I'm going to do is get a new high performance laptop. Could be Windows, could be Mac. Not sure yet. I want to see what happens with Final Cut Pro, but ultimately I will still stay in that Windows ecosystem, whether or not the Mac side of things go away or not. I do believe in value of the money, and I do think the ZenBooks and I do think that the Dell XPS machines offer a tremendous amount of value for the money, and I have no problem using Windows. It's just I happen to be a fan of Final Cut. Damn it! I like Final Cut Pro 10X. That is the thing that keeps me tied to the Mac. I don't touch my MacBook Pro unless I'm making a video. Well, that's it. I'm done with desktop PCs for the foreseeable future. Mobility, very, very important to me. My wife and I, we want to do some traveling. I don't want all the space tied up with the desktop machine anymore. My needs have changed, my focus, my interest. And on top of that, well, laptops have gotten really, really powerful. That Asus ZenBook UX501, that is a potent beast. The Dell XPS 50, potent beast. Razer Blade, potent beast. I can do anything I want to on those machines easily, handily. Apple, not as much value for the money unless you specifically need something from it. In this case, it's Final Cut Pro 10. So that's my video. Thought I'd share it with you. And yeah, look forward to your comments down below. You know, desktop PCs are wonderful machines if you have very specific purposes for them. In my case, I think a laptop now will do everything I need to do. And I love the mobility. Talk to you later.